Hello guys, you are watching Sports Corner GH. My name is Adam. In today's video, we are going to talk about Nigeria versus Equatorial Guinea. The game ended in a 1-1 draw, and we are going to talk about it. See, I'm a Ghanaian reacting to a Nigerian match. Yes, Nigeria and Ghana are just like brothers and sisters. We are like 5 and 6. We do banter about everything and anything, and we are going to talk about this. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure to subscribe. If you have already subscribed, thank you very much, and may God richly bless you. So guys, let's dig in the game between Nigeria versus Equatorial Guinea. Now, coming into this game, Equatorial Guinea last 2 years in the Afcon reached the quarterfinals. They played against Senegal and they got eliminated. So they were no small team to play against. In fact, in their last 9 games before this game, they had not lost and they had considered less number of goals. So coming into this game, Equatorial Guinea had a very strong squad. Now, most of the players that played today against Nigeria, out of the 11 players, 10 of those players played last 2 years. So this is a team that kept majority of their players from last 2 years Afcon tournament and played in this game. So there is experience. And Nigeria going into this game one, Nigeria, they are inconsistent. They are inconsistent. Looking at the few games they played, towards this game, they were very inconsistent. They were conceding goals and they were making petty mistakes. Now, looking at the Nigeria starting lineup, the goalkeeper was changed. It wasn't Osimhen. Sterling was in the goalpost. We also saw the replacement for Wilfred Ndidi called Alassane Youssef. In my opinion, Alassane Youssef played that position very well. It was rather unfortunate that he had to go out of the game on a stretcher, but then he was very influential in that game for Nigeria. Now, let's go in and talk about the first half of that game. Now, in the first half, everybody would agree with me that in the first 10 minutes, Nigeria exerted their dominance in the game. Now, Equatorial Guinea were rather soaking the pressure from Nigeria. They were defending a lot. Nigeria had a lot of chances created in the first half, especially in the first 10 minutes. Now, after the first 10 minutes, they laid back. There was a point in that game where I felt like Iwobi was lost. He was the number 10 in that game, but he was lost because no one was providing the services to Osimhen in that game. It was so sad. There were portions of the game where Iwobi was lost. There was no number 10 in that game, and it was very sad. But that even aside, there were times that Osimhen had chances. And you see, one thing about Osimhen playing that number 9 position is that he's at the right place at the right time. Let's not forget, he's African best player. So he had different chances in that game. There was one that he had where he scored the ball very well, but it was an offside. The second one was a header. That one was also flagged as an offside. But Osimhen in that game, I felt like he gave his all, especially in the first half. When you are talking about the first half, Osimhen gave his all. But talking about Osimhen, let's talk about the goalkeeper for Equatorial Guinea. To me, he was my man of the match. He was the difference maker between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea. He was the one that made almost every single save for Equatorial Guinea. He was just my man of the match, the goalkeeper for Equatorial Guinea. He did very well in that game. Now, in that same first half, Nigeria defense slept off. That was Trust Ekon and also Ajayi. They slept off. And when they slept off, they considered the first goal in that game. They slept off because that game, the goal Equatorial Guinea scored, I felt like one of the center backs should have closed the player down. They didn't do that. They should have done that, but they didn't do that. And that was very sad for them to concede. But within 2 minutes, they responded. Osimhen once more, right place at the right time. And he responded. And he was assisted by Lukman. I felt like in this game, Lukman gave it his all. He was very good. He was very positive in this game. And you see, Nigeria had a lot of chances in that first half, especially getting to the close of the first half. They had a lot of chances because, you see, after they equalized the goal, I felt like they had that energy, they had that zeal to go in again to get the winner. But that didn't materialize because of the goalkeeper of Equatorial Guinea. Now, in the second half, Nigeria were all focused on winning the game. They had all the clear-cut chances in the second half. Equatorial Guinea, on the other hand, were managing the game. They were managing the game, and they did it very well. And this shows you that Equatorial Guinea, they know themselves, and they know how to manage game. They have the experience when it comes to playing the Afcon. No one should underestimate the Equatorial Guinea team. I'm not going to lie to you. If you see the way they play, they understand what it takes to play Afcon, and they know what they are doing. In the second half, Nigeria had so many chances. They created so many chances. And at a point, I felt like Osimhen should have converted those chances. There was one that he had me and keeper. Osimhen versus the keeper. And he wasn't able to square that in. I was also surprised. There were several chances, Nigeria had. They were not able to convert them. And I felt like, if Nigeria are not able to beat Equatorial Guinea, what will happen when they face Ivory Coast in their next game? That's going to be very difficult because Ivory Coast are not here to joke. They want to do host and win. Nigeria need to be taking games by the stuff. They need to dominate games. It's not about possessing the football. It's about playing the game and scoring. Now, at the end of the day, if you don't score, you don't get off with 3 points. So this is just my own analysis of the first half and also the second half. Now, some of the players that impressed me in that game would be Osimhen, number one. Despite the fact that he missed a lot of chances in the second half, I'm going to say he is one of the players that was a positive vibe for Nigeria. If Nigeria were going to do anything in terms of goal scoring, it was Osimhen throughout. Also, Alassane, you see, the number 4 disc for Nigeria, he was superb. He was superb. I hope his injury wasn't, a serious one. He was superb in that game, in my own opinion. Also, Sanusi was also very excellent in that game. And I felt like the Nigerian goalkeeper, even though he didn't have a lot of work to do, he wasn't bad himself as compared to others. So let me know your thoughts about the analysis of Nigeria's game down below in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think Nigeria can still qualify out of the group? Because looking at this Equatorial Guinea team, they know what they are doing. All they have to do is draw against Ivory Coast and beat Guinea-Bissau. And trust me, they would qualify. And they understand what they are doing. They have been here before, and they want to use the same formula. So guys, looking at this game, I felt like Nigeria should have won it, but then unfortunately they didn't. So let me know your thoughts about it. Do you think Nigeria can still qualify out of the group? And what is the problem? What is the problem with the Nigerian national team? They have a lot of power, attacking power. They have a lot, both on the bench and even on field. But we didn't see them, capitalize on that. You see, when a team gives you respect like that in the first 10, 20 minutes, you need to punish them. But they didn't punish Equatorial Guinea enough. In fact, they allowed Equatorial Guinea play that game. They allowed Equatorial Guinea go head-to-head with them. And that was very sad to watch, that Nigeria drew their game. Yes, I know most of you say, what of Ghana? Yes, Ghana will play 8 p.m. We'll come back and talk about it live here on Sports Corner GA. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. Let me know your thoughts about Nigeria 1, Equatorial Guinea 1. Down below in the comment section. Charlie, here we go vibe.